I wish you all a journey that is free of illness. You came at a good time. There is something you can help me with. According to my patient records, there are a few that haven't come for their follow-up visits. It happens from time to time, but never as regularly as this. I'm a bit concerned. Have you heard of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society? Generally speaking, mutual aid societies like these allow patients to share their experiences and support each other. It's a way of countering all the negative emotional effects of being ill. But there might be more to this society than that. I've got a few patients who have started refusing treatment since joining the society. It certainly makes you wonder. And the most suspicious part is that no matter how much I ask, no one's ever willing to tell me anything about it. It sounds dangerous, but what I want you to do is actually very simple. Investigate this so-called mutual aid. If I find out they're preventing me from doing my job, or if they're bringing harm to my patient, can I entrust you with this task? This little clinic has huge numbers of patients to deal with every day. If I didn't have you here to help me out, I wouldn't be able to focus on giving them quality care. Good luck. I'll be sure to thank you properly when you're back.
You. I've seen you in the clinic. Don't play dumb. Let me guess. Natasha, what's the use? I'm terminal. Of course not. Every book I read has descriptions that match my symptoms exactly. I can diagnose myself with a dozen incurable diseases before I get halfway through. For people in my situation, a follow-up visit is just a waste of time and money. Not to mention medicine. Mutual aid what now? What else is there to say? Natasha was seeing me free of charge. She said I could keep a tab running for as long as I liked, then pay it back when I had the opportunity. I guess I'm too proud. You think I need you to tell me? Don't try and... Dr. Vash never charged me anything either. Natasha's great, but Vash was always my number one. Natasha's brother? They both used to practice medicine back in Rivertown. I heard he was a top student from the Overworld Medical Academy. Bellabog's main hospital wanted him. I've no idea what convinced him to set up down here. What do you mean? Dr. Vash was a people's doctor. He handed out free medicine. He even followed up with detailed questions on how he felt. The underworld is always short on medical resources. They say that Dr. Vash made all his own medicine himself. You think I don't want to? I heard that he passed away. I should keep my voice down. Don't go telling anyone else about this next bit. I heard that Natasha had something to do with Dr. Vash's death. They say she was jealous that her brother had stolen her patients, so she... It's just something people were saying. I don't think Dr. Natasha could do something like that. Forget I said anything. Since Dr. Natasha sent you over specially, I'll do her a favor. I'll go to the clinic for my follow-up a little later. Bye for now.
Avoiding a follow-up visit due to money issues. I should find another patient to talk to.
What was that? Oh, you'll have to be louder. Ah! Follow-up. Natasha's a one, but at this age, it's rather a lot to bear, even if they... Not for youngsters like yourself. When you get to my husband had the same illness as me, but he never, one day, he said he needed to take care of something. He was forever saying he wanted to go before I did. I miss him. Now that he's gone, who cares how long I stick around? Do you think so? Wouldn't he want me to... Okay, you win. It's off for another... Did you want to say something else? Virtual who? All right, I heard you.
Avoiding a follow-up visit because of her husband. I should find another patient to talk to.
Why haven't I gone for my follow-up visit? Are you a patient too? Who else would care about people like me? I don't need Dr. Natasha's help now. Tell her to save her worries and medicine for other people. A dispute? No. She's the only... I just don't really approve of her methods, that's all. Too idealistic and no real efficacy. She tries to save everyone, which means she can't save anyone. In the end, it's the patients who suffer, and she just tires herself out. Miners like me don't have time for lengthy treatments. If I can't take something and get right back to work, I may as well lie down and wait for death to come knocking. Did you, know Dr. Vash? His wonder medicine is cheap, and the results are immediate. Dr. Vash's medicine is... different. Lots of people make a full recovery after taking it, but some get worse. Even knowing the risk, most people fight tooth and nail to... You know, life forces you to the edge. You'll throw yourself at any opportunity, even if it means risking it all. For people like us, a slow and torturous treatment is the same as a death sentence. If it's between that and a quick result, we'll take the latter. Forget it. Why am I telling you all this? Dr. Vash is dead anyway. What? Now you're... Listen up. The Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society is still selling that medicine. You must not tell any of this to Dr. Natasha. You hear? Here, take this. It's the address. A final?
I know where to find the wonder medicine. What should I do next? That patient didn't want me to tell Natasha about this. We need a strategy. Move carefully. Rules are made to be broken. The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
You can fight it, or rock with it!
Just a scratch.
Let's rock! Phew! That's it! Try that again!
Rules are made to be broken.
Here!
So this is defeat. The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Let's rock! You can fight it, or rock with it! Phew! it! Try that again! Turn it up! Here! Watch this awesome move! Let's rock!
Hey, where do you think you're going? Medicine. Oh, you mean you're the same as everyone else that comes through here? If you want, we only take cash. The Mutual Aid Society sets the price. It might be different from Dr. Vash and his handouts, but, well, are you buying or not? Spit it out. I don't... Wait a minute. Your clothes. Are you friends with that doctor woman? I've seen you at the clinic before. I know it. Get lost, now. If you're a friend of that woman, then you're not welcome here.
Wait, what about our...
Get lost, all of you! Save your breath and come back some other time! Get lost, now. If you're a friend of that woman, then you're not welcome.
It's getting late. Where to now?
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness. So the Mutual Aid Society found Vash's research results. And any organization doing something like this is interested in more than just mutual. I'm not surprised. They'll know that I'm what Vash left behind is nothing more than reagents and experimental... I warned the patients countless times, but seems like they had their heads in the sand. I'm guessing the patients you met weren't exactly singing my praises, which is why I don't blame you. After everything you heard, I'm grateful you came. If you're curious about Vash's wonder medicine, you should ask some of the patients in the...
Some people say that Dr. Vash was a saint who came from the overworld to people's doctor. That's just what people who've bought into the myth like to say. The hard truth is that we were just his test subjects. Of course, I can't control what anyone else thinks.
The medicine Vash left behind? That stuff... Can you even call it medicine? I know Dr. Natasha's here, but I have to tell it like it is. Vash had zero medical ethics. He may have had the capability, but he didn't use it to help anyone. Whenever I went to see him, he never even asked about my illness. He just... If it were you, would you have taken that medicine?
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness. I still haven't worked out how to convey it to you. The issue... I'm guessing you've heard a lot of different opinions on Vash. I want you to go and visit another patient, a victim of the wonder medicine. Once you've understood her situation, come back and tell me what you think.
Who are you? Who? And who am I? Where's my husband? Where are they? You know where they are? You don't know where?
Come over here, child. That poor lady. Both her husband and child became ill and passed away. Yes, before her family passed away, she was a carefree young woman. Her husband and child caught a mysterious illness. The symptoms weren't grave, but their livelihood was certainly impacted. In order to try and rid themselves of the ailment once and for all, they bought some kind of Wonder medicine. Who would have thought their condition would deteriorate so rapidly? The two began to suffer terribly, such that death then became a blessing. From that moment on, she became as you see her now. If Dr. Natasha hadn't taken her under her wing. And yet, what more could have been done? They were warned about the medicine. Talking about it tires me out. At least my husband and I are able to help her.
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness. Did you speak to her? By the look on your face, I'm assuming you've come to understand. Be it Vash or the Mutual Aid Society, forces like that can take full advantage of the typical underworld state of mind. Let me tell you a story. There was once a brilliant overworld doctor with unmatched pharmaceutical skill. The doctor was set on developing a medicine that would steel the human body against the cold. He named his research project Blizzard Immunity. But his research met with obstruction time and time again, the biggest factor being a lack of test subjects. Tampering with the human immune system carries huge risk, and nobody in the overworld was willing to submit themselves to such experiments. As such, the doctor got in touch with his sister in the underworld, claiming that he wanted to support the medical effort below ground. Naturally, his sister was overjoyed. After all, as far as medicine was concerned, she brought her brother underground and trusted him. I think you know what comes next. Issuing free medicine to the needy was just Vash's way of conducting experiments on his test subjects. On some level, his reagents were able to alleviate the patient's suffering, but nothing more. They would forget their pain for a while and neglect their regular treatment plan. The result? Patients with mild illness would attribute their recovery to the so-called wonder medicine, while patients with serious illness would quickly deteriorate. I cannot accept that their fate was simply the result of misfortune or risk. That's why I want you to help me recover all the wonder medicine. Thank you. This will be hard for the people that have come to rely on the wonder medicine. You mustn't hesitate. Recover every last reagent that Vash left behind. Go. I'll be...
Stop right there. No one's allowed up ahead. Who are you trying to kid? You're that clinic woman's lackey. She's after our medicine and sent you... Men, look lively and send this idiot...
Let's rock! Turn it up!
Well, look who we have here. Your reputation precedes you, outsider. I didn't take... You listen here. I'm the president of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society. The medicine we hold those poor patients. Along comes a life-saving wonder medicine, only to be snapped. The underworld is full of sickness. What would happen if we left it all to that? My Mutual Aid Society has relieved that doctor of patients at the end of the road. Seems like you are quite bent on fine. Seeing as you came all this way, it'd be rude not to give you the up. Men, seize the medicine!
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Let's rock. You can fight it, or rock with it.
Rules are made to be broken.
Blast it! What did we ever do to you? Why are you...
Moneymaker? So you admit it then? You're not in this to save lives, you're...
What are you doing here? Oh, as if we didn't have enough trouble already.
Selling fake medicine with false kindness. You should have expected trouble to find you sooner or later. I have a responsibility to protect the well-being of my patients. Or to put it another way, I must eradicate any and all threats to them.
You can't save everyone. The underworld is teeming with...
You're right. I can't save everyone alone. But if I must, I would sacrifice food and sleep to treat them. The debt that Vash owes to the underworld rests with me. All I can do is help everyone to the best of my ability.
So stubborn. In that sense, you're no different from your crazy brother.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Your actions today have saved many underworld families. I'll find a way to dispose of Vash's leftover reagents. Next time the Mutual Aid Society wants to whip up a quack cure, they'll be out of luck. Let's go back to town. I still...
It's getting late. Where to now? Uh-oh. It looks like the patients have surrounded Natasha.
What are you saying, Doctor? The wonder medicine is out of supply?
Correct. That medicine is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Wildfire has cut off the supply chain. Your ailments need rational, scientific treatment. Relying on pseudo-medicines will only worsen your condition.
Rational and scientific, huh? The way I see it, you're just jealous you lost your patients.
How dare you speak to Dr. Natasha like that? Where are your manners?
Ma'am, please think for a moment. How can you still be siding with her? That wonder medicine was working fine for us, and now it's gone because she wants it to be? How can she...
I understand your anger, but as your doctor, I ask you to trust my judgment. I will find a way to access more medical resources and help you through your struggles. If I must, I'll get help from the surface.
The surface? I almost forgot...
Have some respect for Dr.
If it's respect she wants, she better find a replacement for the wonder medicine fast. If not, I'll tell everyone about how she's set up. I'm out of here.
Are you hurt? Let me take a look. Oh, you're here. I apologize. I'm okay. If I were in his shoes, I may well have had the same reaction. Now I need to focus. Let's leave it for now. I'll feel a lot better. Now's as good a time as any to tell you, Vash. If there's anything you want to know, don't hesitate. No, but I used to think we were so close that we may as well have been. I, actually grew up in the orphanage. It wasn't until I was adopted by an overworld family that my adoptive mother always saw me as her own flesh and blood. And Vash loved me like a sister. That is, while we were still young. My adoptive parents belonged to a prominent medical family. As kids, we were exposed to all kinds of medical texts. He was gentle and introverted. But when it came to work, he could be... Whenever I made a mistake in an experiment, he'd bite my head off. And then a while later, I didn't know he had leftover reagents in Rivet Town. I was shocked when you told me. If you fail to make a clean break with the past creep... That's a long story. He saw the human body's vulnerability to cold as a disease, and wanted to cure it so that humanity could survive the... To be honest, I never understood how he'd achieve that blizzard immunity. I knew his research in the overworld wasn't going well. I used to write to him and ask him to come down and stay, but I was too young to know what long-term frustration could do. During his stay in the underworld, he met patients affected by fragmentum corrosion. He began to simulate mild fragmentum corrosion, thinking that it could... Those reagents of his aren't cure-alls for critical illness. That doesn't exist. Vash made the reagents to mitigate the suffering of his patients in the short, but behind my back, he had been doling out the reagents to residents who were kept in the dark. When it finally struck me that something was wrong. Indeed. And it all happened under my nose. When his experiments were exposed, I spent a long time... This was shortly before the underworld was sealed off. There were... In the end, Oleg suggested that we banish him. Had his victims found out the truth, Vash would have been torn to pieces. I hope so. The day I learned the truth was the day Oleg and I took Vash to his figure gradually disappeared into the snow curtain. Let's call it a day. Thank you for cleaning up.